A few weeks ago, I borrowed my brother's 2009 Toyota Corolla to take the radiator from the Land Cruiser to the shop to be repaired. I realized while driving the car, it had one major issue. Now, my brother's not really a car guy, but he does love music. As a matter of fact, he creates a lot of music himself. What I realized while driving the car is that the radio was not functioning properly. There was no sound coming from the front speakers, and the sound quality from the rear speakers was very poor. I tried replacing the front speakers to see if that fixed the issue, but I realized after doing some research that the issue itself is actually in the factory head unit. I recently upgraded the head unit in the Land Cruiser to add the functionality of a rear view camera for towing. In the process of doing so, I removed this gently used Kenwood head unit. Since I had it laying around, I decided to order the other components to make it work in my brother's Corolla. The first thing that you need is an adapter wiring harness. The second thing that you need is a dash kit, which is what fits the stereo inside the factory housing. Let's get to work putting it together.
The first step is to strip the ends of the wires. You'll then use a butt connector to connect the head unit wiring harness to the adapter harness. The next step is to use a lighter, torch, or heat gun to activate the heat shrink. After repeating this with the other wires, the next step is to do a pull check and make sure the harness is secure. Now it's time to grab our tools and disconnect the negative post on the battery. The next step is to remove the trim pieces from around the radio. After that, remove the radio hardware. Then you'll remove the plugs from the factory head unit. After temporarily connecting the adapter harness to the factory wiring, I like to do a left to right and front to back check to ensure the wiring is correct. The next step is to install the head unit into the adapter bracket. The last step is to reinstall the connections and secure the head unit with the hardware. Here's the finished product. Let's surprise them.
Oh snap! What's this?
You like that?
How'd you put it in?
So I swapped the radio out in the Land Cruiser, and so I had this one in.
Dang.
When I drove your car the other week, I realized like the stereo is not working. So
Wow. Yeah, I was, cause it's like sometimes it works.
Yeah,
sometimes
it cuts in and out. So
Dang.
do you have your phone?
Yeah.
You
so
want to hook it up? So it's
finally
Bluetooth.
Wow.
It's got the radio, everything.
Can you say how many been in her